Have you ever wished your AI could do more than just, chat? What if it could actually get things done for you, like a whole team of virtual assistants all working together on a complex task? Well, we're moving way beyond simple chatbots now and into the world of autonomous AI agents. The big question is, how do we actually build these things? The answer, it turns out, starts with a really cool new toolkit from OpenAI. Let's break it down. All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to get clear on what an AI agent even is. Then, we'll pop open the hood on the OpenAI SDK. After that, we'll cover the secret sauce that makes these agents super fast and efficient. Then, and this is the fun part, we'll see it all come together in an amazing case study about an automated email team. And finally, we'll get you thinking about what you could build next. So, what exactly is an AI agent? Seriously, forget everything you know about just a simple question and answer machine. We are talking about a major leap forward here. An AI agent is a system that can actually perceive what's going on, reason through problems, make a plan, and then take real actions to hit its goals. And the key to making this happen is the OpenAI Agents SDK. You can think of it as a lightweight toolkit built for one reason and one reason only, to help developers like you build custom agents that don't just talk, they do. So what's actually inside this toolkit? Well, it all boils down to a few fundamental building blocks. Let's take a look at what we're working with. First up, you have the agent itself. This is the heart of the whole operation. Don't just think of it as a model. Think of it as a specialized worker. It's a large language model that you've given a very specific job description. Those are its instructions, and a set of tools so it can actually do its job. And that leads us perfectly into tools. This is what gives the agent superpowers to interact with the world. A tool is basically any function the agent can call on. It could be something simple like a calculator, or a function to query your company's database, or even an API that lets it send an email. Tools are how agents get stuff done in the real world. Now, when you start using more than one agent, how do they actually work together? Well, there are two main ways to think about it. First is the manager pattern. This is kind of like a project manager who directs a bunch of specialists. It's all centralized. On the other hand, you have the handoff pattern. This is more like an assembly line, where one agent does its job and then passes the task to the next agent in line. It's a decentralized flow. Okay, let's talk about something that is absolutely crucial for building agents that are actually useful: speed. I mean, if your agent has to do one thing, wait for it to finish, then start the next, it's going to be painfully slow. And that's why asynchronous programming is such a game changer. So, asynchronous programming, or async for short, is what lets a program juggle multiple tasks at the same time. This is a huge deal when your agent is waiting for something slow, like an API call, to come back. Instead of just sitting there and waiting, an async agent can switch gears and work on something else, which makes the whole system feel incredibly fast and responsive. Let me give you an analogy to make this super clear. Imagine a sink chef. This chef puts a pot of water on the stove and then just stands there, watching it, doing nothing else until it boils. Only then, once the water is boiling, do they finally start chopping vegetables. It's just a massive waste of time, right? Now picture the async chef. This chef is a multitasking genius. They put the water on to boil and immediately grab a knife and start chopping veggies. They can glance over at the pot, see it's not boiling yet, and just keep chopping. They switch between tasks so that no time is ever wasted. This is exactly how we want our AI agents to work. And the best part? The magic behind all this in Python is surprisingly simple. It really just comes down to two little keywords: async, which basically tells Python a function can be paused, and await, which is the signal to say, hey, kick off this task, and while we're waiting for it, let's go do something else useful. Okay, that is enough theory. Let's see how all this stuff, agents, tools, and async, comes together in a real-world project. We're going to walk through an automated email writing team, which is just a brilliant example put together by Ed Donner. And what's really awesome is that Ed has made this whole project public. So if you get inspired and want to dig into the code yourself after this, you can find it right at this GitHub URL. We definitely recommend you go check it out. So the whole workflow here is kind of like an automated writer's room. It's built around this really powerful idea: generate a bunch of options, then pick the best one. So first, it creates 3 different writer agents to draft emails all at the same time. Then a manager agent swoops in to act as the editor and pick the best draft. And finally, another agent preps and sends the winning email. So if we look at the code for step 1, you can see 3 different agents being created.
And what's so cool is how each one gets its own unique personality, right there in the instructions. You've got a professional agent, an engaging one, and even a busy one that's designed to be super concise.
Now for step 2, and this is where our async chef comes back. By using a command called async yodo gather, the program doesn't run these agents one by one. Nope, it fires them all off in parallel. This saves a ton of time. You get 3 completely different email drafts in about the same amount of time it would normally take to get just one. Next up, a manager agent called the sales_picker is created, and its instructions are just simple and brilliant. Imagine you are a customer and pick the one you are most likely to respond to. This agent becomes the critic, reading the 3 drafts and picking the one that's most likely to work. And here we see that manager pattern in full effect. This final email manager doesn't really do the work itself. It's more like a project manager. It takes the winning email and then hands off the final steps to other specialists. One to write a subject line, another to format the email, and a final one to actually send it. This email example is awesome, but honestly, it's just scratching the surface. The patterns we've just seen here can be used for so much more than just writing emails. So let's think a little bigger. What this case study really shows us is a core pattern. Generate, then select. It's simple. You create a team of specialist AIs to generate a bunch of options in parallel, and then you use a manager AI to review them, make a decision, and then act on it. This specialist plus manager model is the key, and it is incredibly powerful. And that really brings us to the most important question, the one for you. What could you build with this? Just think about the processes in your own work. Could you have a team of agents draft different social media posts and then a marketing manager agent approves the best one? Or maybe they could analyze data from 5 different angles for a financial analyst. The possibilities here are just endless. Ultimately, this is the big takeaway. The future of AI isn't just about having a conversation with a chatbot. It's about becoming the manager of AI teams, designing, building, and directing groups of these specialized agents to solve really complex problems way more effectively than we ever could before.